This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom. Radical radio, and it'll get good today. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Wednesday morning to everybody. I think it's Wednesday. I had a damn calendar. I think somebody stole it. Some bitch is a 30-cent calendar. Either somebody stole it, or I'm calling the Guinness Book of World Records, because it's the first calendar that I've ever seen walking away. I don't know, but don't really care. They ain't talking about not really caring. All my enemies, political and otherwise, when somebody says, go ahead, I don't give a damn, they give a damn. You've heard me before. I'm telling you, I don't give a damn. Come get me, all my idiot enemies. Come get me. I do not give a damn. You son of a bitches will take my life before you'll take my manhood, my integrity. Yeah, I'm not perfect, but I have a lot of integrity, and when I say something, you take it to the bank, good, bad, or indifferent. Somebody's trying to scare you. Got this crap going on in St. Louis we're going to talk about. Yesterday, I want to apologize to all my regular listeners. I had to be a nice guy yesterday because I had to try to be meek and mellow and explain the situation over in St. Louis. We're going to rehash it a little bit today. But Lou Reed came on my show, people, to talk about a few situations in St. Louis. I went crazy on this idiot. Now, here, Lou Reed is not here today. Nobody's in here. Nobody walked by the radio station because you'll get accused and blamed for not putting a bullet in my head and stopping me. What do they want Lou Reed to do? Come over and shoot me? Hell, he could have wrestled me down probably. He's a world-class wrestler back in his college days. But man, it's amazing how we want to live in this great country. And we, I say all of us, want the freedoms that our brave military, past, present, and future, our brave military heroes have fought to give us. But they don't want anybody else to have their freedom. I'm free to say what I want. I'm free to say what I want, when I want. And if nobody likes it, shut the damn radio off. This is America, people. They want to chastise Lou Reed. This is Slay, and we're going to get into the underbelly of this momentarily. And Slay, you say I was an obnoxious statement? Wait a minute. Let me get it because I got it right here. Mayor Francis Slay on Monday tweeted. You ever notice, hey, I got something you can tweet, Slay? You ever notice a son of a bitch is always tweeting? Why don't you call over here, Slay? Call toll-free 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. When you get a mayor of a big city like St. Louis, not going to call in when somebody's calling him out. That shows you the guts he has. He's got a lack of guts. He's got a lack of brains, got a lack of height, a lack of integrity, not a lack of idiocy, because he's got a lot of that. But Mayor Francis Slay on Monday tweeted, I strongly commend the obnoxious comments of Bob Romanik. It's not a laughing matter. Hell no, it's not a laughing matter. And you know what else ain't a laughing matter, you idiot? St. Louis has been ranked. Got it in my hand right here. The FBI ranks St. Louis top U.S. city for violent crime. That was today. St. Louis ranked the United States top city for violent crime. Did you hear me, people? And I'll tell you what violent crime consists of here momentarily, but you understand what I'm saying? This jerk off over there at City Hall, Slay, this son of a bitch going to tweet somebody. Hey, come tweet me, Slay, you idiot. Do you hang it? I want to know, is there any bathhouses in St. Louis, Slay? Do you hang out at the bathhouse and to keep clean, I mean? That's all I'm insinuating. Hang around the men's bathhouse to keep clean. You remind me of somebody that does that. But anyway, call me Slay. You're the mayor of St. Louis. I'm poor white trash over here in Illinois. Poor white trash. Not ashamed of it. Not proud of it. But I'm sure not ashamed of it. But Slay, to say that my comments were obnoxious? Are you nuts? You're obnoxious just sitting there, Slay. You're obnoxious looking at you, you rotten bastard. And people, I'm calling the good people of St. Louis, I'm calling that idiot out. He'll come on KMOX. He'll come on KTRS. And I want to thank those guys. Even though I think it's illegal, they played part of my show. They tell me their ratings went sky high. Their ratings went sky high when they played part of my show. So here, guys, KMOX, KTRS. Why don't you guys just syndicate my show? Pay me the $200,000 a year. You can both syndicate my show, and your ratings will go up. You're playing my show on your station. I know those ratings are down for KMOX. They're a skeleton of this station they used to be. And I like Darcy at KTRS, but, you know, they needed our permission. But I'll let them go because I want to try to help them make some money. I want to see their ratings go up so their advertising rates can go up, so you people can listen to 30 minutes of advertising. You ever notice on these stations, 30 minutes of advertising, back and forth, back and forth. We've got a few advertisers. You know why we don't take advertisers? When we started this station, we had all kind of advertisers. Bob, listen, we want to advertise, but our friends are somebody that you're talking about. Can you slow down? I said, hell no. The next person, hey, Bob, I want to advertise, but we like that guy. Can you slow down? Hell no. So I just quit taking. Unless somebody wants to advertise with me to get the exposure, I'm not going to take their money and then placate them. Are you crazy? KMOX does it all the time. If you've got a big advertiser on KMOX, one of these big car agencies, and something happened, and it did in the past, they bury that story. So does KTRS. They bury that story because it's a money thing for them. To me, it's about making change. About making change, people. I don't need the change. I don't need the dollars. I want to leave a little something when I leave this earth, as we all should. Let's leave a little something, a little positive. Let's just don't ride on the bus. We got to pay our fare when we get on that bus. And that's what we do. We pay to get on that bus. We pay to live our life. And it's to be decent, to be honorable, to be honest, to be fair, and give something back. And Slay, you no good piece of political crap. And now Lou Reed ain't over here today. Nobody's over here. I guess, Slay, if you're sitting in a restaurant in St. Louis, you idiot, and somebody at the next table makes a remark, racial or otherwise, derogatory about somebody else that you may or may not know, are you going to jump up and ask for an apology, jump up and say, I'm leaving this restaurant because you have the right to the First Amendment, to exercise your right for the First Amendment, but I'm getting up and leaving? Are you crazy? I've heard your people talk bad about your opposition. I've heard your people make racial terms about your opposition. And Slay, tell them a few years back when you talked to me and you were trying to solicit money from me for your election. Remember that, you and your people? Hell yes, you do. And what I tell you, I told you right up front that I didn't like you. You didn't take that very well, Slay, because you can't take honesty very well. But there again, people, where's Slay at? Slay's not going to call me because I won't throw him up those softball questions. In an article in the Post, I appreciate it. Hell, my ratings have went through the roof. I've had people calling me all the time. One gentleman wrote me and said, here it is. Bob, I've known about your radio stations. I listen in the evening. Didn't know you had a show. I picked up the Post-Dispatch. And however, thanks to the Post-Dispatch and the publicity they gave your station, you have picked up another new listener, me and my family and all of our neighbors. Thank you for your daily show. Keep up the good work. Gary, thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate you. And I've got them, hell, it'd be all show, reading all the emails. Thanks for exposing them. Didn't know about you. Now we do. Now we're going to be loyal listeners. So I want to thank KTRS. I want to thank the Riverfront Times. I want to thank KMOX for putting us further on the map than we were. And then for KMOX to say it's it's not a small station, you idiot. What you got in your pants, the president of KMOX, that's small. That's what you call small. Now, we've got a hard-hitting radio station. Turn on 1190, then go over to 1120. Not only see which one sounds better, see which one is more entertaining. You can get Rush Limbaugh, and I can talk in about 10 minutes. You don't have to take, for KMOX anymore, you don't have to take sleeping pills at night. Just turn on KMOX. You'll be asleep in 10 minutes out of boredom. And if you don't like it, KMOX, shove it up your ass. Shove it up your radio ass. You understand me? But people, you go, here's another one. To whom it may concern, from Mike D-U-P-P, dupe. He looks like a dupe. To whom it may concern, the owners of this radio station should fire Bob Romanik. Romanik has said hateful words to Miss Green. Oh, well, I got a lot more hateful to say to you, you ignorant bitch, when I get done. Said hateful words to Miss Green. He should be fired as soon as possible. If Romanik is not fired by the end of the week, I will call the FCC and file a complaint. Hey, get in line, you idiot. This is America. I'll fight the FCC. I've got every right to say what the hell I want to say. You never hear me use the 7 deadly sin words. And I've used them in the past. I've been fined about $100,000, but hey, that's in the past. That's okay. I can say what the hell I want. Here's a prime example. I talked earlier that he wants me fired and silenced because I said hateful words about Miss Green. This Miss Green, I tell you what, she's a radical, ignorant bitch. And I don't say, when I say bitch, people, I'm not disparaging the proud women, the women gender, the woman community. I love women. She's just one. There's men that are bitches. And a bitch is somebody that just bitch. Look in the dictionary, the verb, somebody that bitch complains. That's what I call a bitch. It's not a gender thing. So, all you nice ladies, please don't take it personal. I'll never mind. I'll apologize to Mrs. Green, Megan Green. I'll call her. I won't call her. Use the B word. I'll say a skanky skank, a hoe, a skank. Now, is that better? So, because I know you women out there aren't skanks. Skanks is a special category of women who are, let me be politically correct here, that are skanky. You know what I mean? So now there's nobody to blame but me, Megan Green. There's nobody to blame but me, KMOX, KTRS. Nobody to blame but Bob Romanik. Now, I did see a fly in here. If the fly doesn't come and attack me, I guess everybody on the other side wants that fly to apologize. Now, you know the big deal, don't you, people? You got to know the big deal. They're having hearings today. I talked to a lady over at City Hall. They're having hearings today on this situation with the new stadium. This idiot, and I call her an idiot, the skank, idiot, skank, whatever the hell. They're synonymous with each other, Megan Green. And Megan, if you don't like it, kiss my white, hairy, stinky, wrinkled, old ass. She's saying that her and some family members were approached about some bribes. Now, nobody believes that. Nobody believes that, but she said it. But now they're going to have hearings to see if it's true. And if it's true, whoever was involved in that bribery should be arrested and charged. But see, there's a lot of people who don't think what she said was true. And it says St. Louis alderwoman tweets of bribery corruption after stadium funding vote. Now, you can accuse all you want. You can accuse all you want, Megan. Megan Green. You probably kind of skankalicious, if you know what I mean. And if you would be in a room with me, I would say that you would be a skank among us. Never mind on that. I'll explain that later. Alderwoman alleges deal cutting, bribery, and corruption. You can allege all you want, but I'll tell you what, the authorities, and I've got here in the paper, the authorities think what you said was not quite true. The prosecutor, the police, but now they're going to have hearings. They're going to tie up all this time for hearings because of what you said. And I personally say, Megan Green, if there's no truth, if it's found to be no truth, you should be charged with something. You can't go around yelling fire in a theater. Somebody's getting hurt. You've got a right to your First Amendment, but not when it disrupts the operation of the city. You know how much money these hearings are going to cost? And you good people of St. Louis, the hardworking taxpayers, you can thank Megan Green for all this crap. Little crybaby, ignorant skank. And I said it again, and don't blame Lou Reed, don't blame Mayor Slay. Here's what I'm going to do. If that's the premise, I'm going to go around Mayor Slay one day, and I'm going to say something nasty about somebody else. I'll sit next to him at a table, at a restaurant. I don't know if my stomach could bear it, but if I could, then I would say something. What do you think Slay would do? He's not responsible for what I say. And it was the most asinine story ever with Lou Reed. And people heard it last night. I was at a meeting and a speech. They couldn't believe it. They said, Bob, what did this guy do? I said, Lou Reed did nothing but sit there kind of in awe when I went goofy. But that's okay. That's my right to go goofy. Lou Reed had nothing to do with it. But they're so desperate over there. And here, people, here's the underbelly. They're so desperate over in St. Louis, Mayor Slay, because look what he's done. He's lost the stadium. No more football. You can thank Slay and his lack of leadership, because I heard Crunky, and I don't know if it's true, but I can believe it is, didn't want to deal with an idiot like Slay. He knew that city was crumbling under Slay's administration, under Slay's lack of leadership. So the new stadium's gone. The Rams are gone. The airport's over there, only a fourth or fifth filled. They've got concourses that are empty because nobody wants to come to St. Louis. And you know why nobody wants to come to St. Louis? What did I just tell you? St. Louis is number one in crime, people. Number one. FBI ranks St. Louis top U.S. city for violent crime. Violent crime, people. It's rape. Violent crime category is rape, robbery, aggravated assaults. That's when a guy gets shot, stabbed, beat the hell out of, run over, but doesn't die. Aggravated assaults and murder. St. Louis. And no, the FBI don't lie. The FBI has the statistics. Now Slay will try to spin this, but you can't spin it, Slay. You cannot spin under your leadership. And for the last 4 or 5 years, they've always ranked 1, 2, or 3. St. Louis is ranked as the most violent city. It's more violent than Memphis, Tennessee, people. It's more violent than Detroit, Michigan, people. Do you understand what's going on in St. Louis because of Slay's lack of leadership, his inability to bring people together? Businesses are running out of St. Louis. The Rams left. Hell, anytime a professional football team leaves a city, there's a lot of underlying facts, but some of them are because of the city. And not because of the good people in the city, because of the leadership, or lack of. So Mayor Slay wants to orchestrate this deal day before yesterday, because, see, he don't like me. I talk about him like the dog he is. You're hearing me right now. Megan Green don't like me because I called her what she was, an idiot. A skanky skank. Somebody who gets a little group of people together and tries to make a lot of hay. But Megan, people have found you out. They know what you're about. I hope these hearings today expose you for what you are. And I hear you're worried about it. Your name's going to be battered all about in these hearings. I think they want to hear which of your family members were attempted to be bribed. I think they want to hear that under oath, Megan. See, you can go to a tavern, a restaurant, and lie your ass off. Anybody can. But put one hand up in the air and the other on the Bible and swear under oath and then perjure yourself. I hope that's what happens. But having said that, that's the problem. They try to make this what I said. They want a man to apologize and stop me for talking. Would you let anybody stop you from talking? Hell no, you wouldn't, because you've got every right to your opinion. They'll have people all day, Romanik, you're no good son of a bitch, and I usually agree with them. But if I didn't, I swear to you, I would not get mad because they've got the right to say it. They're not going to take my rights away, and my enemies' rights are just as good as mine. They can talk. They can talk about me. They can say what they want. Hell, they can't say anything about me that I ain't said 30 times. But see, unlike most people, what I tell you at the start of the show, I don't give a damn. I'm not here to please anybody but myself and my family. And I do what's right. They can bring up the past. They can bring up the future. If they think they're going to stop Bob Romanik, they got another thing coming. I'm going to fight these rotten bastards on both sides of the river. And if you people want to join in, especially on the Illinois side, I welcome you. Now, if you're perfect, never been in trouble, never used a curse word, never done anything that you're not ashamed of, then please don't come on my side, because I'm a tainted individual. Hell, I went to a baptism, friend of mine, a couple months ago, and it was one of these new churches that have coffee shops in them. I kind of like what the preacher said. He said, hey, people do 8 or 9 good things, but there's 90 things in the Bible. He said, so that means none of us are perfect. We're all sinners. And again, I'm not very religious, but it kind of stuck with me. Yeah, I don't know anybody that's perfect. Some people do things different than others. Some people do things more serious than others. But none of us are perfect. And that's what this preacher said. He said the only one perfect is God. And he says, I'm not going to cast a light on anybody. That's why there's church. That's why there's forgiveness. But see, people don't want to forgive me. My enemies don't. And you know what I say to that? Don't forgive me, because it makes no difference. If you anointed me, my enemies, I'd still tell you to kiss my ass, because it's not a popularity contest with me. It's the fight. It's the fight, people. You get politicians on both sides of the river, and you see this presidential crap. These guys are running for president. And the lady, I use that term loosely with Hillary Clinton, but they look like a bunch of young kids up there. This guy said this. This guy said that. I'm going to make it great. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I think to myself, Jesus criminy. Can't we get somebody that's just going to, and Trump is the best at it, but he's not all that good. Get somebody that's going to stand up and say, man, we got a lot of problems here. And I'm running for state rep, and I'm going to say, we got a lot of problems. Not going to sugarcoat it. And you know what I'm going to promise you? My constituents, I'm going to promise you I'm going to go to Springfield, and I'm going to lighten it up. I'm going to go to Springfield. I'm going to do everything I can do. I'm not going to promise you I can get anything done, because me as every other state representative, every other state senator, every other congressman and U.S. senator, we're only one vote. I can't promise you that I'll change anything, but I can promise you that I'll try. I'll promise you that I'm not going to worry about getting reelected by doing what's right by the party instead of doing what's right by the people. That's the problem. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with this East St. Louis situation. We've got some callers, standby callers. We'll get to you, and we'll get to the community service, and we'll be back. Now, for all you people who don't like what I say, turn off that damn radio. You idiots, turn off the radio. I don't mind you even listening and cussing me out. But don't be complaining you shouldn't. I should do whatever the hell I want to do within my legal rights, as you should. You're not taking my rights away, and I don't want to take yours. But Mayor Francis Slay, you idiot, you no good piece of crap. Give me a call, toll free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. Isn't it amazing when a bum like me, poor white trash from the housing projects, calls out a big shot? Well, he's big in title, not big in stature, not big in integrity or honesty. When I call a guy out, but now you know what this bastard will do? He'll start tweeting, hey, come over here. And give me a verbal tweet, Slay, and I think you know what I mean. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Let's take care of our little housekeeping here. And I had somebody send me a letter saying, Mayor Eckert, Maximus Vaginus Eckert over here in Belleville, the person emailed that we always put out things about what's going on in the city on both sides of the river. And but nobody ever advertises the mayor's prayer breakfast. And this email said that somebody said the mayor sent it to you and you guys wouldn't air it. That's a damn lie, Maximus Vaginus, Mark Maximus Vaginus, also known as Pussy Boy, Mark Eckert, the mayor of Belleville. If you said that, you're a lousy, lying, rotten bastard, because I'll say and I will expose you for what you are. And I'm talking about the mayor of Belleville now, not the mayor of St. Louis. But let's take care of this and stand by. Lines are always open. Call toll-free, 1-888-394-1430. On the east side, 394-1190. We are America's voices of freedom. Definitely the Patriot. Pancake and sausage breakfast coming up February the 27th from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Concordia United Church of Christ in Millstadt. The proceeds fund the Sunday school function, so if you guys can get out to the Concordia United Church of Christ located at Route 163 and Concordia Road in Millstadt, please do. That'll be on February the 27th. Glow Bingo. This is not your grandma's bingo. Proceeds benefit the Moose Charities. Will be held Saturday, February the 13th at the Granite City Moose Lodge 272, located at 2521 Maryville Road in Granite City. Any questions or concerns, you can contact the good people at the Moose at Granite City at 618-876-6010. The 2016 Polar Plunge to benefit the Special Olympics of Illinois will be held Saturday, February the 27th at noon at Carlisle Lake, the main beach on Lake Road in Carlisle. All the proceeds go to benefit the Special Olympics. What a great cause. If anybody wants to jump into the cold water, anybody wants to donate or participate, you can contact Justin Dunning at 618-654-6680. Millstadt Sportsman's Club. Rain, snow, or shine, the .22 caliber indoor meat shoot will be held on February the 14th. From noon till whenever at the Millstadt Sportsman's Club in Millstadt, Illinois. They also don't forget their fish fry every Friday until Lent, ending Good Friday, I'm sorry. 476-1891 for any questions or concerns. Silver Creek Quail Forever Club, Chicken and Beer Dance, Albert's American Legion, to be held February the 13th, Saturday. Any questions or concerns, you can contact Dan at 618-920-0074. Mississippi Valley Duck Hunters, America the Beautiful Chicken and Beer Dance, to be held Saturday, February the 20th at the Quail Club, located at 8303 Concordia Church Road. Doors open at 6. The Bluesman Band will be performing from 7 to 11 p.m., chicken served at 7:30. Any questions or concerns? Contact Jolly at 618-977-2986. The Millstadt Water Tower, Friends of the Old Millstadt Water Tower, still trying to come up with $200,000 in donations so they can refurbish the old water tower in Millstadt. It's a landmark. Anybody that is interested, wants to get concerned in any way, you can contact Keller Timmer at 618-520-3623. They've got a trivia night coming up at the American Legion Post 485. Presents the Black Light Bash Bingo. I don't know what the hell that is, but all the funds go to Shop with the Cop. They get money for policemen, and the police officers take the less fortunate children of the community and take them out shopping. What a great cause. It'll be held at the American Legion Post 485, located at 200 South 5th Street in Dupo, and that'll be held on February the 27th of this year. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and/or the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming site, insanebroadcasting.com, one word, common spelling. You can hear my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. and also now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift every night, Monday through Friday at the stroke of midnight. On this date, February the 10th, 1870, the YWCA was founded in New York City, and I believe Mark Sweetcakes Kern and Mayor Francis Napoleon Slay were one of the first two members at the YWCA. I don't know, but I think that. If not, they should have been, and I think you know what I mean. On this date, February the 10th, 1920, tampering with baseballs with sandpaper and emery boards was banned by Major League Baseball. On this date, February the 10th, 1933, the first singing telegram was introduced in New York City. On this date, for all you drinkers, February the 10th, 1957, the styrofoam cooler was invented. On this date, February the 10th, 1989, Rod Brown was elected chairman of the Democratic National Committee, becoming the first African American to lead a major American political party. That's what happened on this date, February the 10th, throughout all these years in our world's history. We've got some callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, Bob.
Hello.
Well, first off, I want to say I listen every day. I don't always agree with your views, but I respect the way you go about saying them, and you're right to do that.
Thank you.
Second off, about Megan Green, I hear a lot about how you've gone about tarnishing her name. Well, wait a minute, sir. You can't tarnish a piece of crap. You know what? I mean, what can you say if a dog craps, and I'll let you finish, but if a dog craps and you get out there and get on your knees and cuss it out, do you tarnish that crap? I'm just asking. Go ahead. Well, that's what I was going to say. I've personally spoken to a number of people in her ward, and with the whole way she went about the stadium debacle, her name's pretty much already tarnished. From the people I've talked to in her ward, if she runs for re-election, they're really embarrassed by her. From what I've researched, she's not from St. Louis. I think she might be from New York or Kansas City or some. Her main goal was to kill the stadium to begin with. I agree
with you. You know what? I think if she wasn't from New York, I've got information that she lived under a rock, because that's what weasels do. But go ahead again.
Yeah, well, she posted basically stuff that she was a Chiefs fan on social media, but basically she tried to pass a measure that would have pushed a public vote until June. By then it would have been too late. The NFL would have made up their minds. She basically was trying to kill the Rams, and she wants to talk about corruption. I'm not going to say anything for sure, but it wouldn't surprise me if she and other Missouri politicians were in the pocket of Kroenke, since he was trying to leave anyway.
You know what, sir, thanks for the call. I agree with you. That's a good point. I mean, it was such a debacle, but she's hanging on to Slay, sir. She's one of Slay's stooges. And this situation that we were involved in with Lou Reed, I like it. I read where Green said that it was a black man, and she said, I'm just calling a spade a spade. Now, that's what should have been taken care of. That's what should have been brought to light, not something Bob Romanik said about the skank, about the no-good, ignorant son of a bitch, Megan Green. And don't blame anybody, people. I'm here by myself. So Megan Green, KMOX, KTRS, call me out on it. Don't call anybody else, because what I say, I always say I said it, not my guest. You can go through every one of my shows. But they wanted to pick up on this. But again, for everybody in St. Louis, listen, Slay is desperate. Slay had these people come out, this little handful of people to come out and try to give Lewis Reed a bad name. Lewis Reed is fighting for his community. I think Lewis Reed will do a good job. You know, since Slay's been there, he touts how many terms? Do you know the economic devastation that's happened in St. Louis? Do you know the crime, the violent crime, the citizens leaving in record numbers in St. Louis? People will not come to travel to St. Louis for conventions because of the crime. This is all over the United States today. FBI ranks St. Louis top U.S. city for violent crime. Do you think people are going to come to town? You know how many millions of dollars are lost in conventions? You know how many millions of dollars are lost now that the Rams are gone? You know how many millions of dollars are going to be lost because the airport's not filled up because people are afraid to come to St. Louis? And Slay is worried about what Bob Romanik says on the air and then tries to flip the script and blame somebody else for what I say. Do you people understand how desperate Francis Slay is? He touted last time, if I win, it'll be a record. I win 4 or 5 times. You people, you got to get rid of that idiot, that little sawed-off son of a bitch. And he bitched at me because I supported Lou Reed Lou Reed didn't support me. I supported him because I wanted my family to be safe. I'm an avid consumer. I spend a lot of money. I don't spend a penny in St. Louis anymore. And that's just not me. That's the million people on the Illinois side of the river. They go to Edwardsville. They go to Fairview. They go to O'Fallon, Illinois. You know how many millions of dollars Slay is costing you good people in St. Louis? And he wants to flip the script and make a big major story about me talking about one of his lady aldermen, and I use that term lady loosely. And he's going to flip the script. It's like, hey, listen, go over there, that guy stealing the candy bar. You guy behind the register, go over there, that guy stealing the candy bar, the other side of the store. The guy goes and catches the guy that's stealing the $1 candy bar. And then I stick my hand, or Slay, whoever's saying that, sticks their hand in the register and takes out $100,000. That's what Slay's done. He's trying to divert all the attention to the serious stuff. People, listen to me. The Rams are gone. The economic devastation. St. Louis ranked number 1, not by Bob Romanik, not by that people at the jerks off at the Riverfront Times, not by the jerk-offs at City Hall, Slay and his group. Ranked number 1 in violent crime by the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. You know how serious that is? And Slay wants to address some minor bull crap that ain't even minor bull crap. That shows you, everybody in St. Louis, how desperate that son of a bitch is. Also, I want to say, Vervis Jones was tweeting and said something about me on the tweeter. I like these guys. They all want to tweet. Hey, why don't you tweet your twat? And if you look between your legs, that's what you got, because you ain't men. Vervis Jones gets 1 year for fraud. He was a former St. Louis comptroller. Vervis Jones will soon give up his bow tie and business suit for a prison uniform. Jones was sentenced to 1 year and a day in federal prison. A plea reached this has been years back. But Jones was a comptroller. He embarrassed the good people of St. Louis. They entrusted him as a comptroller, and look what he did. Then there's another publication where there's $300,000 missing from somewhere, and if I get that story, I'll give it to you. But see, these son of a bitches want to get on Twitter. See, I don't get on Twitter. I get on the air, and I let you know who said it and why it was said. I'll throw a rock. I'm not going to hide my hand. I'll wave both my hands. I want everybody to know where it came from, because remember what I said at the start of the show. I don't give a damn. I'm going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. And Francis Slay, what a first-class bum, what a first-class idiot you are to try to okey-fadoke the people of St. Louis, to try to have your little minions in skirts. And I mean some guys, too, because, Slay, I know where you hang. But anyway, I got to say this. You know, everybody wants to cast a bad light on me. That's fine. Don't bring my friends into it. Don't bring my family, because I'm not bringing Slay's family into it. Although, when I supported Lou Reed last time, Lou Reed never come and asked for my support. I wanted to put somebody in there that would do the job. Do you think Slay, everybody that gives him money, that he does a background check? Are you crazy? Are you nuts? But then Slay talked about me being a felon. What about old Leo Slay, your brother? What about old Leo Slay, Francis Slay's brother? Isn't he a felon? I'm just asking. That's how hypocritical these son of a bitches are. And I know you're into the gay rights, Slay. I don't know why. Is it close to you and your family? And I'm just asking. But this son of a bitch will placate all these little groups. And I don't think he's sincere about any of it. But Francis Slay, you obnoxious bastard. I may give obnoxious comments on the air, but you're just one obnoxious son of a bitch. And for you to say in the post, it's not a laughing matter. The hell it's not. When you look at that face on that skank, Megan Green, it is a laughing matter because she needs to be laughed at, as you do, Slay, because you bunch of silly son of a bitches are destroying that once great city of St. Louis. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ, 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ, 1430 AM, America's bi-state voice of freedom, insane broadcasting, and we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of Radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. I've got in my hand here the alder skank, Megan Green, talked about the corruption at City Hall. And it said reaction was swift and largely negative to her comments. Some asked her to stand up and present the evidence of corruption, while others said that she could be sued for slander. See, that's what pissed me off. That's when I went crazy on her. You know how much money she's wasted the city of St. Louis? You know what kind of bad light she's put the city of St. Louis in? You think if there's bribery going on and I'm a businessman from out of town and I read about that, the unsubstantiated charges that she couldn't substantiate, you think I want to come to St. Louis? So everybody think about the underbelly. Think about the negative effect this Megan Green has had on everybody. We got some callers? I guess we lost them. We had one guy call and said he tweeted Vervis Jones about $300 taken from his family, and I guess it's alleged at this time. I had part of the article. And Vervis Jones on Twitter said, F you, but that's not what he said. He spelt it out. But see, that shows you. When you confront these bastards, you don't get an answer. They're going to hide behind Tweeter, Twatter, and most of those so-called men are hiding behind their Twatter, and you know what I mean. But Slay, here again, isn't it amazing? I've ragged him all hour. He's not going to respond to me, and I know he's not. He doesn't have the guts, doesn't have the balls. Oh, if you got balls, you got to be a man. So I take that back. I don't expect Slay to have any balls because he's a piece of political crap. But it just pisses me off when they try to take a decent person like Lou Reed and put him in the middle of something only because, you know why it come out? Because they're having those hearings about about the alleged bribes that nobody said went on but Megan Green, and I hope she's made out to look like the imbeciles that she is. But isn't it awful funny? They do that preemptive strike and try to make that a big play when all the poverty in St. Louis, all the unemployment, ranked number 1 in violent crime by the FBI, people moving out, citizens moving out, people not coming to St. Louis, all the economic devastation. St. Louis more violent than Memphis, Tennessee, and Detroit, Michigan. Slay wanted another story, but see, Slay, that story didn't grow because Lou Reed did nothing wrong. You people have heard me today. I was nice yesterday. This is Bob Romanik. Nobody's going to tell me what to say, when to say it, or how to say it. But they tried to get ahead of this story. They knew this was coming. FBI ranks St. Louis number 1 in violent crime. Do you think anybody wants to come and do a convention in St. Louis? You know how much money that cost all of the taxpayers, the businesses? You think people want to come and get killed? A guy gets shot and paralyzed 3 blocks from the stadium. Not because of our professional police officers, because of lack of leadership, the lack of knowledge how to run the city by Mayor Francis, the small, ignorant son of a bitch, Slay. And attribute that to me, people. It's nobody else talking. It's Bob Romanik. And nobody talks for Bob Romanik, and I don't talk for anybody else. But again, for them to try to make such a big to-do about something I said and want somebody else to apologize, that shows you how lame those people are. That shows you they have nothing to really fight for. But to be ranked number 1 by the FBI yesterday and today, number 1 in violent crime, that's rapes, robberies, aggravated assaults, and murder, and they're talking about me, talking about some skank alder bitch? Are you crazy? That ought to be about 500 down the line. Let's talk about the serious issues, Slay. Don't try to okey-fadoke you and Megan Green, your little shill, and she is a shill, a big-mouthed little white shill. And the one gentleman was right. She's probably not going to get reelected. Everybody's found her out. They found you out, Slay. Don't hide behind her skirt. Wear your own skirt, and I'm sure you have some in your closet, you boy bitch. But people, listen to me. Don't let Slay start these smoke screens about what I said, about what's going on, about me calling somebody a name or me saying something obnoxious. Slay, you're obnoxious. He doesn't want you people to realize how bad of shape the city of St. Louis, Missouri's in. Go to the Post-Dispatch. Go to Fox 2 News. FBI ranks St. Louis number 1 in violent crime, in rapes, robberies, aggravated assaults, and murder. And he wants to play a game and flip the script. Slay, we're not going to let you do that. The good people of St. Louis, they're not going to let you do this. And after 14 years, is the mayor you're bragging about, you got a record number of elections you won? Why don't you brag about doing something positive for the city, something you haven't done since you've been the mayor? So get your stanky ass out of that seat, because if you don't go, somebody's going to throw you out this next election, Slay. People are tired of you. And I guarantee you, whoever runs, I'll be for, because I want to go back to St. Louis. I want to cross that river and go over to the nice venues. And I want me and my family to be safe. And with your lack of leadership, that's never, never going to happen. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio, and we are, as always, very, very proud to be the Patriot. Come on back tomorrow. We'll be wherever you good people want to be. But I'll be damned, Slay. I'll be damned, you politicians on both sides of the river. You're not going to okey-fadoke us normal people, and we are normal. We're not perfect. But I'll tell you what, we're more perfect than you rotten bastards have ever been. All you rotten bastard politicians, you lie, you steal from us, you lie to us. Steal from your family. Lie to your family. Don't lie to us, because it's not going to work. 2016, 2017, you bastards are going to be thrown out of office because people are tired of your lies for the last 20, 30, 40 years. It's not a Democratic thing, not a Republican thing, not a black thing, a white thing, a man or woman thing. It's a right or wrong thing, and it's wrong what you rotten bastard political parasitical punks have been doing on both sides of the river throughout this great country of ours. So let's continue, people, on both sides of the river, because it's the same game, just different players. Let's all continue to unite, to expose these rotten political parasitical punks. And I'm talking about you, Slay and Megan Green. Let's take these political punks down, politically, of course, and destroy them before they destroy us and our families and our future. Destroy them politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
The Patriot.
Your First Amendment and All-American Station. A division of Insane Broadcasting. Renegade Radio.
KQQZ, St. Louis.